Hello and welcome to another live stream. My name's Shane Olson and today we're going to be sculpting another amazing design by Luigi Lucarelli. I love his stuff so much. And I really like the shape of this guy's head and the planes of his nose. So I thought I would sculpt him today. Let me know if you can hear this. I'm playing a little music in the background, but I'm not broadcasting it, so if you can hear it, please let me know. Hey Neil, how's it going? Sorry, I'm eating a little bit of my lunch. Let me mute it for just a second. Yeah, very Sopranos looking. Can't hear it. Okay. So Neil, what's a better experience? Would you say Twitch or YouTube, or does it matter? I'm just curious. For whatever reasons. Yeah. Hey Sarah, how are you? I saw your character that you posted and I meant to respond, and then it's like if I don't respond right then, it goes out of my brain. You can probably relate, but yeah, fantastic. How are you been? You should post that in the community. So if you log in to 3D Character Workshop, and then in your library, you should have access to the community, and you should have access to the mentorship. So you can, it'd be awesome to post it in there. Okay. Let me see. I just gotta, I want to make, I kind of want to do what Ben does with his stuff. I'm trying to remember Ben's last name. Okay. I like YouTube for watching streaming. Just hang out on Twitch so I can post links. Okay. Ben Eblin. Thanks. Yes, Ben Eblin. Yeah, he does these really nice planes. Very cool designs. And he kind of tends to block out his stuff with skulls. Like, so since this guy has a really unique skull, I think it'd be kind of fun to block out his skull first. Okay, I'm struggling with the state. Oh goodness, tell me about it. Just laid off. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Well, sculpting is good therapy, you know. So hop on, hang out with us. It's good. Sorry to hear about that. I've been through that too many times myself. No bueno is what that is. Yeah, my core cells are quite low recently, and that's not fun either. And I think they're tied together. The reasons are kind of similar. Hey Neil. Hey Creative, how you doing? I finished another character that I should post? Absolutely. Wicked cool. Nice. Love it. Okay. Can't wait to see it. So, yeah, like I said, I think I'm going to block out his the skull first. That's a fun little exercise. Yeah, I managed to get a little bit of contract work through Disney consumer products. So I'm working with them. I want to say I'm working with Disney again, but it's through consumer products instead of the game industry, you know? Which is cool. Hey, what's up, Mark? How you doing? It's been a while. How you been? Good to see you. Let's get this really square noggin. very forward forehead. And his cranium is like small back here. Like tight like this. And well, that's good to hear. Good to hear. And then he's got this super duper thick neck. It's kind of bunched up in his shirt. I'll get that bunched action happening. I'm not going to, of course, block out the neck as a skull, like a spine. I'll give it some volume here, but I'll block out the rest as a skull, I think. Well, I want to try it at least. It'll be fun. I really like to experiment during my streams, you know, like just do stuff I normally wouldn't when I'm doing production stuff. So you guys get to hang out with me and watch me possibly do some fails. Yep, neck folds. This plumplittleneckfold.com. That's probably a website. Okay, and then let's block out his body. Is really kind of a wide situation. Just gonna kind of turn it, squeeze it like this. Yeah, don't visit. Don't go there. plumplittleneckfold.com. Oh goodness. All right, I gotta mute it again just for a second, so I'm gonna take a little lunch bite. 1 second. Yeah, it seems like every other day something like that's going on. I still can't believe the Marvel thing. What is up with that? Let's just take all the people that went into making all the money and just let them go. What's for lunch? I'm embarrassed to say. I didn't have much time, so I grabbed a Pop-Tart. Horrible. The worst thing I could eat is what I'm eating for lunch. Second here. What? Okay. Sorry, I gotta close some stuff down. I got too many things open. There we go. Oop, too fast. Meat and cheese sandwich. I want to say my aunt is from Wisconsin. Okay, see how low these are? I'm gonna do a remesh on them. Let's clean it up here. So this is the time when a lot of new sculptors kind of get hung up a little bit. They do see there's all of my parts my objects are different resolutions. And then since I just clipped this one, it has kind of this little shelf here. So first off, I want to get rid of this shelf just by smoothing it down. I'm using the smooth relax, which is you start to smooth and then let go and it relaxes. Okay, just to kind of get rid of that little thing. And then I want to, these two are in the same poly group. So I'm going to do auto groups like this. Okay, and that puts everything in its own group. And this, his body is very low. So what I want to do is apply the dynamic. Okay, and if I hit Shift F twice, now you can see the subdivision levels. And then I want to Z-remesh it so everything is even. So I'm going to go to Z-remesh, and then I want to hit Keep Groups. But I'm going to turn Smooth Groups down to about here. And hit Z-remesher, and it should give me even quads across everything, which is what I want. It's a great place. Nobody comes here on purpose. Anyone gives it a chance, they're usually pleasantly surprised. You know, we have fast food restaurant around here called Culver's, and I guess they originated in Wisconsin. And they have cheese curds, and every time I eat those, I think about Wisconsin. They're pretty good. Talk about unhealthy for you. Good old cheese curds. Okay. So let's continue to work this out. I want to get his eyes. His eyes are like halfway between the top of his forehead and his chin there. And I'm really trying to get that proportion worked out. Yeah, I love their hamburgers, honestly. They smash them really thin. Makes them good, pretty tasty. Okay, and then I want to bring his jaw way back. It feels like it's further back than halfway. Hey, what's up, Josh? Happy little chins. It is happy little chins. Friend of mine, her last name is Chins. So I just envisioned her children as happy little chins. Once a year they feature the curd burger. That's one letter away from a horrible thing. Their usual butter burger, but there's a cheese curd patty. Are you kidding? Oh my gosh. That sounds like an artery nightmare. Oh, it's so glorious. Wow. Okay, let's get the ears in there. Well, I kept saying I was going to do a skull. Let's do the skull. Let's duplicate this so I can come back to it if this doesn't work out. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to do merge these two together and then remesh them so I can make a skull out of it. So I keep forgetting if it's if masking makes it so, or if hiding it. I think hiding it. That makes the most sense, I think. And then I can do a remesh by union. Just stitch it together. No, masking is what you do. Let's try it again. Remesh by union. There it is. I always forget which one's which. Thanks, Neil. Okay, so now these are stitched together. We can clear that out and hit Z-remesher again. And it'll put a line across there. I only just seen you stream the other day on Twitch. I didn't come through YouTube on my end. Yeah, Mr. Pobs, YouTube didn't work for some reason. I was trying out a new streaming software called Meld instead of OBS. I use OBS and then I stream to restream with Maxon. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm currently streaming to 3 different places through Restream, but sometimes it tends to lag. And so I was just trying to, for my own channel, I was trying some different options. I still may use OBS. Meld has some interesting features. It can do a kind of a chat highlight. And it can play like an image gallery while I'm streaming, which is pretty cool. So I was just giving it a go, but it didn't hook up to YouTube for some reason. I think I have to get I think I have to create a YouTube stream first. It says it automatically does it, but it never happened. So I'm just trying to figure it out. So this is how the skull would look, I think. And then, yeah, I think that would take it too far to do a skull, to be honest. It's like take 2 steps back to take 2 steps forward. Now, the more I think about it, I'm like, because basically I would have to go push in the sides of this where the teeth meet, you know, and then make the kind of the skull stick out like this. Yeah, I'm just gonna undo that because then I just have to build it back up again. All right. Mr. Pops, I got a question for you. So, do you prefer YouTube over Twitch? Is that why you're... I'm just kind of curious. Because Neil prefers YouTube over Twitch, and I'm just kind of curious why when you're watching streaming. Or does it matter? I'm not sure. I'm just kind of taking a little poll to see, because I'm considering multi-streaming, but then I'm also considering just streaming to one platform, and which one would make the most sense, you know. Okay. His forehead is so huge. I'm gonna get the nose in there, and then I gotta bring his body way up to here just so we can get that neck fold happening. Yeah, the YouTube has that 20-second delay. I can kind of get rid of it by choosing low latency in the live stream if I can remember to. But it still does have a delay. Whereas Twitch seems like it's a 5-second delay, like 5 to 10 seconds. So sometimes people will ask questions and I will have moved on, and then they'll respond like 20 seconds later, and I'm like, what is that in reference to? Yeah, Mr. Pops, I'm just wondering why. Like, why do you just do? If there's no reason, that's fine. I'm just curious why you use YouTube more. Just because that's where you're hanging out? Or is there a specific reason? That's what I'm curious about. Usually when people think about streaming and watching streaming, like Twitch is the streaming platform, typically. So that's why I'm like, is that where I should be streaming, or should I multi-stream? Because then I have to split the chats like I'm doing now, which is fine. I don't mind. Because some people, like Mark's watching on Twitch and you're on YouTube, that kind of thing. And you have more of a search engine side of YouTube. Okay, yeah, so that's a good point, Neil. So Twitch doesn't have a native organic way to find you. Like, whereas YouTube will serve it up to people, Twitch doesn't do that. You have to browse and you have to go find it. So Twitch is expecting you to do the marketing side of things and point people to Twitch, right? So a lot of streamers that I follow, will actually stream on Twitch, but then chop up their video into like shorts and long form VODs, and they'll put that over on YouTube for people to watch later, or like time lapses or sped up things or edited things, you know. So it's not like, but they'll usually stream for like 6 hours, and then they'll chop it up into like, I don't know, 15-minute to 1 hour segments and do it that way. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I like both genuinely. I hang out more on YouTube. Okay. I default to what I use most often. I have a Twitch account, but I never use it anymore. I'm kind of with you on that. I've always got YouTube open. Yeah, I'm the same. I watch a lot of YouTube for sure. And I don't watch a lot of Twitch. I don't. So maybe that's the answer, right? Okay. I prefer YouTube except for the delay. That pretty much sums it up right there, right? It's like, YouTube, fix your delay, and it'll be great. So when I watch you stream, it's on Twitch. I see. I wanted to puff this out, but even it out. I just want it to kind of go do do do. I usually don't like to do that. I like to keep the flow, but on this guy, he has a very specific neck. Here, let's save this. If I could spell, that'd be great. I'm also interested in, like, I mean, it sounds dumb, but I'm interested in maybe making a membership on YouTube for, you know, just for fun. And then I already qualify for like super chats and stuff, which would be kind of fun. And then stream for longer instead of just 2 hours, go a little longer. And then I'm looking into maybe selling some of my models as STLs. What did I do with this? I thought I turned, okay. Weird. And then, do you guys know what displate is? It's like metal posters. They reached out to me, and I was thinking about possibly making some displates, but I want to do more like pinups and stuff, like my pirate girl back here, like this. Do full figures like that and stream the whole thing. Be kind of fun. And then sell the STL when I'm done. I don't know, just ideas. I don't know if anybody would be interested. You have several? Yeah, they have some good ones. My kids have a bunch. My son has some really cool Dark Souls ones, like yeah, from different Souls games that are really cool. This guy has really unique shaped ears. All right. Now I think I'm gonna just go ahead and start to do the old Sculptress. This is, whenever I do Sculptress, it's like danger territory. You could do what Jay Hill does, do full stream characters for members and do a time lapse for regulars, or do portfolio reviews. Oh, does he do full stream for members? Interesting, James. That's really interesting. I'll have to talk to Jay about that. I didn't know he did that. So does he have a membership? A YouTube membership? That's interesting. God of War and Last of Us, awesome. That's amazing. You also have Samuel Jackson eating the tasty burger from Pulp Fiction in your kitchen of all places, which should be where it is. That's great. I love it. I had my eye on some video game ones like Ghibli and well, Ghibli's anime, but like video game ones and some anime ones. Yeah, I'm not sure. And I here's the super nerdy geeky thing that I would want to do is I have, oh, I didn't turn off the stroke. Come on, stroke. Adaptive size. I need to pull that out and put it on my UI. Okay. So the nerdy thing I want to do is I'm a big Lego nerd, and I have some big cars like the Bugatti and the Lamborghini and Batmobile from the 80s and stuff like that. And there's a company that makes display. They're almost like disc plates, but they have a little hook, so you can hook the cars, and they hang vertically on those disc plates. They're plates, and they all have different colors because they're all really bright colors, like red. The Lamborghini's green and the Bugatti's blue, and there's like a red Ferrari and an orange Porsche, you know, those kinds of cars. And it'd be really fun to get those and hang them, but man, just the display is like $100 something or more. I'd be worried that somebody would walk by and snag it, and it would like crash to the ground in pieces. I keep forgetting that it's okay. You know what? I'm going to separate this for a minute and split hidden, just so I don't accidentally Sculpt Just Pro the face yet. I'm not quite, I don't want to quite do it just yet. It's a little heavy too. He most records them with nothing edited and posts parts of a big one he did. Spider-Man was like 5 parts, roughly 3 hours each. Interesting. He did used to stream making busts, but not sure he still does. Okay. I talk to him every now and then, so yeah, I'll have to ask him. I talked to him recently. He likes to do cohorts too, which is like a group of people goes through the course with him. And I've really been considering that with my course. I don't know if people would be interested. Man, it's either like big or small. I want to in between. There's in between. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I think it'd be kind of fun to do a cohort, but I'm not sure if people would want to do that or not. I have plans to make a new course called Learning How to See. And that would be fun to do as a cohort, I think. But 3 hours at a time I could do. Interesting. So, James, does he do that as a membership, like as a YouTube membership? Or how do you access those? Or does he do it like within the course itself? Just curious. You're saying he pulls out parts of those bigger streams and puts them up on YouTube? That's smart. He also teaches at Gnomon, I think. The SME. Hello. I've been having a small issue in ZBrush while doing a retopology. When I use a retopo brush, the zoom 3D function doesn't zoom in or out. Instead, it rotates the model as if I'm orbiting. So you're just talking about regular zoom? Is that zoom 3D? Or is zoom 3D a different, is it, you're just talking about navigation? And instead it rotates as if you're orbiting. Okay. I'll get right, I'll do a test and see. Yeah, it was the part of the first cohort. It was great. I think you should, when you did the version 2 of 3D Workshop when I joined, it was great. I did, James. I did that as a cohort, and I think that was kind of fun. Yeah, I'd like to do another one. The problem with my courses is it feels like it's getting a bit too bloated. You know, there's a lot of information in there. So I got to figure out, like, I like to keep it simple. So the way mine differs than like Jay Hill's is, and other course creators is, I just have one ginormous course, and it just has everything. So it's like, I based it off of Pixelogic's old kind of business model, where it's just one price, lifetime access. There you go. And that's what I've done forever. There's never too much info. What's up, Sean? How you doing? And that's how I've done it. But I've been considering making more courses and splitting that up, just because it's getting so big. For the membership, he records just himself, not streamed, and uploads full unedited to memberships. And he normally does a time-lapse or a breakdown video for normal subscribers. Interesting. Oh yeah, the local button. So let me see. Let's get into Retopo and see how we can do this. Okay, so if I have this ear, let's do a save here. Save-y-loo. Okay, and then we'll grab the retopo brush. It takes a minute to load. So you're saying when you're in the retopo state, it does weird zooming? Whoa, okay. So if I tap on this ear and then say yes, now we're in the retopo state. So, yeah, it's still zooming for me, orbiting and panning. I'm using right-click navigation, though. I wonder if you're using the alternative navigation. So, yeah, it's still zooming, and I can do retopology like this, and it's still rotating, zooming. And this is 2026.2. Yeah. So it's not 0.1.2, it's just 0.2. All right, James. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Take care. You can put them in an archive or Shane's library and then slim out the front end. Yeah, I've thought about that too. But I'm also looking to make smaller courses that I can charge less for, you know, and just cover kind of new topics and things. So is this doing what you're talking about? This is me. Not sure how to say your name. Okay. Yeah, but it seems to be working as intended. I'm going to turn off transparency, and I'll just go ahead and get rid of this. Love to see your iPad sculpting. I have one in there, Sean, I think. Yeah, I can't talk about that too much here, you know, because it's the Maxon channel. Sorry, I muted it. I didn't want to munch in your ear. Okay. Let's work on getting this. I'm going to subdivide it once. Delete the lower just to give us some more density here. Yeah, no worries, Sean. I just got to be careful, you know, or respectful, whatever you want to call it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put in a nose here. There, ship it. Done. It works for you. I can't even imagine what the problem might be. I use the plus key on the keyboard to get closer and the minus key to move away. Oh, yeah, that might be the reason. I've never used that. I've never used hotkeys to zoom in and out. I don't work for Maxon personally. I'm just a volunteer here, so I would reach out to Maxon and their support to see if you can get an answer through them. Yeah, I wish I was more of a help for you. Yep, you are my density. I gotta do it every time. How do I start learning ZBrush? There are, if you stick around, there's some Nightbot links that pop up that you can follow. There's some iPad tutorials and ZBrush tutorials on there. So if you want to start out for free, that's the way to go. I teach a paid course. It goes from beginner to, I would say, expert. And you can find the link down in the description. So it depends on the route you want to go. Yeah, I have so many of those. I really do. My problem too. I was just talking to my son yesterday. My course is for absolute beginners. Yes, I actually have a course that is called Your First Day in ZBrush or something like that. And I walk a friend of mine, Adam and Noah, through his first day. He is an illustrator, and so I walk him through his first day in ZBrush. Yeah, it was requested by some of my students. Let's see. Get this nose going. That's a cool shape on that nose. And these eyelids are so huge. I think I'm going to reset this to be straight. Got some pretty big eyes. And then I'm going to split unmask points and put them in their own thing. Okay. His mustache, and then his chin. I think I need to make his chin even bigger than it is. I think once I get his mustache in there. But yeah, I think his nose needs to be shorter. Like very much shorter, like this. I love how heavy his brows are, and then how tall his forehead is. It's so good. I'm going to duplicate these. I'm going to give him some lower eyelids, so I'm going to duplicate them twice. Then fill the original ones. Let's do the clip brush. Thanks, Sean. You've been in there for quite some time now, haven't you? When did you first sign up to that course? It's been a while. I was one of the first, not the first. Yeah, I just know you've been around for a while. I also have a mentorship. Cricket was one of my mentees. Okay, let's see here. Let's center this so I can scale it up. Stretch the sourdough bread. That sounds like a metaphor for something else. Sounds like a needy problem. Love it. He's such a eyelids at half mast kind of guy. Very doesn't care what you have to say. Yeah. He's just like, you didn't really just say that, did you? That's what he looks like. Hey, Wexter, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. What is happening? It's like Wexter's like Norm on Cheers. Wexter! Lazy day? Lazy days are the best. I wish I was having a lazy day. I've already edged the lawn, weeded. It's been a not lazy day for me. Streaming. Love the concept. Giving Miami all my Miami, all my vices are catching up with me. The original artist is Luigi Lucarelli, and I love it. Yeah, it's great. I love the shapes. Stream until 2 in the morning. Man, what's gotten into you? You got that streaming bug. That's awesome. And you guys, if you haven't yet, go follow Wexter over on Twitch. If you like what I'm doing, you should like what he's doing. Here we go. Yeah, Wexter does some amazing stuff. I saw it. I think I saw what your last sculpt was, Wexter. Looking awesome. Wexter, do you try and do a full character per stream? Is that your goal when you stream? I'm listening to music that sounds an awful lot like Saturday Night Live. Just very jazzy, saxophony. And I hate to admit it's AI generated, but I like it too much. It's, what is it? Because it's just constant with no words. So it's like ADHD music for me. I'll find out what it is. It's called Black Coffee by the Lake. Vintage baritone and upright bass jazz. And it just has this looping over and over and over. But it's good to listen to in the background because it just kind of goes. Jumping between Twitch and YouTube, you're talking about Conquest Bust? I'm happy with that. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think it turned out great. At first I was trying to sculpt more and deliver almost the whole character during one stream, but I don't like that, too much stress. Yeah, dude, just go at your own pace like I am. I mean, there are other streamers, like, I can't remember the dude's name, Speed Sculpt. He does great stuff, but no thanks. I don't want to do that. Because then it just feels sloppy at that point, you know? I just kind of want to be slower and methodical about it. Speed Char, yep, that guy. He's hilarious. Hilariously honest. That guy, he cracks me up. Okay. Did you know that this fill brush also acts as a scrape brush? Yes, blunt. Exactly. I would do an impression, but I don't want to be rude. Cricket, what I was saying is my issue, you know how you said you have verbal or audio tics? Mine is like, if I hear somebody say something in a funny and entertaining way, I can't help but to repeat it right after they say it, and then they think I'm mocking them. Like my son said Star Wars in a funny way yesterday, and I'm just like, I immediately like, I don't know. It feels like an autistic thing or something. It's got these little cheeky things coming out the side here. His jaw bones, cheekbones. And they cut in. And it goes back out down here. In a larger way. I gotta get that mustache in there. Just at least someone requested the whole Big Bang Gang. I wouldn't I shouldn't say that too loud. I was gonna say that was probably Neil. That'd be awesome. I'd love that. I think I've watched through that whole series like at least 2 times, if not 3. It's like chicken noodle soup for the nerdy soul. This is like a Tom Selleck mustache. Gotta get it out of that Hitler range. I'm like, why isn't it moving? And it's because I had topological on too. So I always kind of repeat myself often because I don't know who's streaming and who's heard this or not, but this topological is masking. So if you have a mask active and you have this active, it's like 2 wrong ends of a magnet trying to go together. It doesn't work. So it's like you either have to choose this mask or this topological mask, not both. It will sort of work, but it'll fight itself. Like how he's got these big jowls. Okay, let's do a split. I really want to pull this forehead way up now that I have the other stuff happening. Maybe, yeah. Make his ear a little smaller. And he's got this kind of square chin. That's cool. Okay, and then let's inflate his bottom lip out a bit now that I got it. This music reminds me of, what is it called? Tune something? It's like a game on the phone. I used to consult with it's made by Peak. But they have music like that. Jazzy, saxophony. It has kind of these jowls down here. So how often have you been streaming, Wexter? I saw you go live last night, but yeah, I was in the middle of something, so I couldn't stop by, but... And are you still only streaming to Twitch? I've been thinking about it quite a bit, like, should I multi-stream? Should I single stream? What's the best? This is a fun nose. Got some cool shapes going on. Magnum PI in the later years, yep. He's kind of a cross between Magnum PI and Higgins. I think that's his name. Higgins? I can't remember his name. his little sidekick guy. Okay, I'm gonna merge these together. But not, I don't want to merge the neck or the, well, maybe the neck, not the body. So we're going to split this off. And then remesh by union this together. Is this mustache part of, no. Okay. Let's give it a save first. Higgins. Robin Masters, is that the actor's name? Okay. One of my best friends was in an episode of Magnum PI. He was a young kid back then, and he was just the kid playing basketball in his backyard. Oh, the author that owned the house. I don't know enough about that show. Thanks, Neil. Yeah, if you're interested in downloading these brushes, I give them away for free over on my website. The link's in the description, or if you're on Twitch, Neil just posted a link. You can go grab them. It's fun to see these brushes out in the wild. I should probably mirror and weld this, because I think I messed around with it. Here, mirror and weld, symmetry. Okay. Tom Selleck Holloway has been deemed one of the most influential mustaches of all time, which is a silly. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's funny. You know, my one of my buddy's dads had an epic mustache like that. I think Tom Selleck kind of looks just like this now. Oh yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Okay, this is kind of tricky here. Transition. Sam Elliott. There you go. Those are some epic stashes. Yep. Sam Elliott stash. It's funny because there's a movie. I was talking to one of my students. There's this movie about dinosaurs. I can't remember the name of it, but Sam Elliott's one of the dinosaurs, and they basically put his mustache on a dinosaur. Funniest thing. Let's turn this intensity down a little bit. Just want to fix this stretch geo that's happening here. I don't think it was the Good Dinosaur. Maybe, was it? Where they gallop like horses? Maybe it was. There's like three of them. Hey, Dark and Grim, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Was that the good dinosaur? Is that what that was on? They were like cowboys. So weird. Okay, kind of want to get his... I want to blend his upper... I usually don't, but in this case, I think I want to blend his upper eyelids into his head. Just because it's so... I just need to blend them in. Before I do, I just want to push it back into his head, just so it'll go under his brow more. I'm not going to give him an expression until later on. Your Shaneness. Are you doing well? I'm not doing too bad, thanks. His name was Butch, a cowboy style T-Rex. There you go. Mark, I think you're right. I gotta look it up. Hold up. Yep. I swear he had a mustache. Does he not have a mustache? Oh, I was wrong. In my head, he has a mustache because it's Sam Elliott. Come on. So, but a student of mine just put a mustache on a T-Rex and it was awesome. I gotta show it off. Hold up. Oh man. Gosh dang it, Greg. Greg is so good. Look at this. This pig from Lost Bear Studios. It's so good. Yeah, Greg runs Lost Bear Studios. Holy cow. Amazing. I might have to sculpt that. Oh my gosh, it's so stretchy. Okay. Here. Look at this. Look at his mustache. He totally has Sam Elliott's voice. You know he does. Do the one with the cake. Yeah. Too funny. Okay, I think his cheeks need to be even higher than that and smaller. Kind of curve out even more. So, see, if you look, he's got such a kind of a thick upper eyelid. It doesn't cut back into his head as much as I have it, and it's a little shorter. I think I can bring these brows down. I want to get the brows right before I meld the eyelids in. And I think they're not shaped right just yet. Hey Jimmy, is this you without a cap? This guy? I don't think so. I have a goatee, not a mustache. It could be, I guess. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I just want to kind of pull it down a little bit more. See, this one's kind of curving up and revealing more of that eyelid. And this one's down, so I don't want to pull it too far down. I might pull it down after I merge it in. Okay, let's just get it in there. So I need to move this up, then merge it down. Merge, merge, merge. Where are you? It's in my, there we go, merge down. There we go. And then we stitch. So remesh by union. And then say accept. There we go. Now it doesn't look like it, but it's stitched together. Also, I don't have any hair. This guy has a whole head of hair. I have none. Gosh dang it. Every time I remesh my union, why doesn't it turn mirroring back on? It drives me crazy. Oh, there we go. All right. Savvy Lou, here we go. Hair's overrated. Who needs it? This guy has a love handle in the neck. Yeah, he does. That's I'm starting to have it. You know the feeling, but it saves a fortune on shampoo and conditioner. Oh man. And haircuts. I just shave it off myself. Yeah, I got it back on. Neil, I just noticed. Whew. I use this thing, no affiliation, but I use this thing called a pit bull, and it's like a 4-head shaver that you hold like. Works really well. Gets the job done. Yeah, they shaved off my hair in the military and it never grew back. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of block in his brows because they're so thick and it's so heavy. So I was thinking about doing retopo, but I think I'm just gonna do these spheres. Okay. Are you gonna make the facial hair block or are you gonna break up the silhouette? I will break it up for sure. I'll make it look shaggy like this. I won't leave it just this clean shape. But I tend to not do any details until later on. The only pit bulls deal with. Used to sleep under the chili bush in the backyard when I used to live in Florida. The military has your hair stored in a jar at Area 51. I'm sure aliens are studying it. Or I'm an alien and they're studying me. I used to have a pit bull a long time ago. It was the coolest dog ever. I loved it. His name was Bernie. He was kind of scrawny for a pit bull. Got to delay the gratification. Are you talking about for the detail? Yeah, you don't want to detail too early, because then you'll end up doing it again. Let's see here. Zoop. Dozer used to bite the chilies off the bush. Oh my goodness. Mad tongue would totally. Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give him. I usually wait to give him the pupils for his eyes till later, but I think I'm gonna just kind of put him in there just to give him a direction that he's looking. Ah, gosh dang it. Reset this. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and split this off. Just kind of scoot it over like this. It is important to establish scale for stylization. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Just kind of trying to wrap that pupil around that eyeball. There we go. Now he's giving us that. Are you kidding me? You're really saying that right now? Look. And then I want to edit these lower eyelids to be even more closed. They're touching his bottom iris. Ah, all right, Mark. Thanks for hanging out. It's good to see you again. Even digitally. And let's see. Just run a little pinch along here. And then one along the top. Oops, I didn't mean to take it off the edge there like that. One more time. Okay. I feel the chin would be a little more protruding. Yeah. I'm still in blockout stage, and I'll get to all that stuff as we go. How long has it been? An hour and 15 minutes so far? Yeah. Cool. All right. I kind of want to get these. It's actually asymmetrical, Jimmy. So I'm not going to do the asymmetry until later on. I'll give it this kind of asymmetrical bend. So I'm just doing it kind of a neutral right now, and then I'll add that in a minute, in a bit. Let's see here. His eyes are too big. A lot too big. That's what I teach my students a lot, is to add and then react. So you add a new, I added a whole bunch of stuff and now I'm like, oh, those eyes are too big. Okay. So to switch or to edit those eyes, this is the trick that I like to do. So I'm going to go ahead and Z-remesh this head right now so I can get rid of this sculptress stuff. So I'm going to go duplicate it, grab this head, do a Z-remesh, but I don't want to keep groups on this. And I'll leave it at the default. Hit Z-remesher. Okay. Yep, they are, because he's holding that cigarette and he's kind of going like this. Okay, let's see. Let's fill that. Okay. Yes, in the ref. Yep, I'll get there. Okay, let's see. I'm going to mask this whole eye area off like this. And then just kind of blend it. And then grab the lower eyelid like this and mask it. Actually, I need to invert. That's what I want to move. And then I'm going to move the pupil, the eyeball, and the lower eyelid and the head all at the same time while I scale this down. And the way I do that is by grabbing this eye. And even though you can't see the mask, it's still there. And then I'm going to move the gizmo into the center of this object. And then, but what I like to do is I like to put the gizmo out on the front of it and scale it from there. Okay, and then if I turn on these this pizza box icon and then clear everything out, here, let's go like this, and only select the objects that I want to move. Okay, and now I can move this gizmo out kind of into the middle of that pupil. And now I can scale everything down at once and move it in and down. Kind of like that. And then I want to kind of push it into the head a little bit more. So you can barely see it from here, from this quarter view. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that better. 1, 2, 3. Maybe a little bit closer together on those eyes. Like that, maybe. Now it feels like it's a little too far pushed in. Then I got to make his upper eyelids a little heavier and get rid of this valley so much. Is a double chin weaker? Did you prefer to push that? No, I just haven't worked on the area yet. It's kind of hard to take art direction when I'm right in the middle of doing everything, you know? Because I'm still in the middle of it. But I appreciate the feedback, but yeah, I'm still working out all the shapes. Because his neck actually goes like down straight from here. It doesn't go back like this, and I haven't addressed that yet. But see, it's still in the, they're separate like this, so I still have to adjust all of that. But I want to get all the pieces and parts in so I can measure everything. Like his chin isn't working out yet. Okay, let's see. I want to block in his hair first. Then I'll get to those pieces. Because usually after I get all the pieces in there, I'll make really big moves. Okay. Let's see here. Raise this up a bit. Okay. Let's block in that hair. Let's split this off. Whoops. Okay, I think I'm going to do this in several parts. Let's see here. I'll make the bottom ring first. Let's apply that. Then delete lower. Ooh, I don't want it that dense. Okay. All right, that was auto-save, so it just auto-saved it. All right. Got kind of this little kick out. Okay, and that's where the part will be, and then I'll just kind of have big chunkies going up and over. And then I'll probably bring this side up just a little bit higher. Like this, and then so it has kind of this his kind of comb over thing. We'll give it a place to touch as it comes over. I like to use the snake hook brush to kind of whip these things around. Maybe a little more density on this guy. There we go. But I want it flatter and to kind of kick up like this. Not so thick. Do you just pull out the shape, or you make individual sphere for the loose hair? Just pull it out, just like this. If there's individual pieces, sometimes I'll block it out with like a sphere first, and then like sculpt in the individual hairs, and then I'll rebuild it in individual parts. But sometimes if I know where I'm going, I'll just make individual pieces like this. Yeah, chunky stylized hair. And I want it kind of wide as it goes across, and then kind of shrink down in there. And then later on, I'll use this carve brush to do my details like this. You know, just kind of come through and work that out, but not till I have it all blocked out. And then we can also come through with like this gather brush and kind of pinch it together if I want to do something like that. Maybe that's a little too strong. Yeah, it's too strong. Man. Okay. Maybe crank up this smooth a little bit. Really good teacher told me to block in then adjust. Yep, that's what I teach. That's what I've been teaching for the last, geez, how long have I been teaching this stuff? 12 years? Yep, I'm old guy. If I wasn't bald, I'd have a comb over. No. Yeah, I actually found the original blockout teaching thing that I did a long time ago. Let me see if I can find it again. One second. I like that. You're not old, you're just warming up. Yeah, see, these are a bunch of blockouts from a bunch of my students. Yeah. But I swear I found the original one the other day. This, I think it's this one right here. Yeah, I think this was one of the original ones. This isn't the original one, but it's one of them. Yeah, man, it's been a long time. Long time. It's been a good Good fun ride though. I still remember the day when I decided to try and block out a character, because I did I used to model like the old-fashioned way. That now that we call it the old-fashioned way, like polygon modeling. I used to just do polygon modeling forever ago, like in Maya. And then we moved over to ZBrush. And it was actually towards the end of Disney Infinity 2, getting into 3.0, and I'm like, I wonder if it would work if I use primitive shapes to block out a character. Because I learned traditional animation from those old Preston Blair books, you know? And he would block out his 2D characters with primitive shapes. And I had that book, and I'm just like, oh man, I wonder if that would work. And it did. It worked really well. Now everybody blocks out their characters like with primitive shapes, and it's great. Great to see. I think I'm going to give him a little bald spot back here. It's kind of fun. Were you blocking out with ZBrush 3.2? Yeah. Yep. I started like everybody else started, you know, like with clay buildup brush and stuff like that, and it just didn't stick. I didn't like it, especially for stylized characters. Just yeah, it's good. Like clay buildup style of doing sculpting is good for like fine art, like what Ryan Kingsland does. But for stylized characters, it kind of goes against what you're trying to do, keeping things very clean. Okay, I need to keep going, bringing it up forward here. This guy's hilarious. Johnny, wish I had known you back then. I would have picked your brains regularly. I still have my 2.5 CD. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. That's great. I'm trying to remember when I first picked up ZBrush. It was like, I remember because we were working in games and we were trying to get the normal maps and stuff out of ZBrush. That's when I first started using ZBrush. It was really great because it was very high resolution, like higher than anything I'd ever seen. But to try and get the detail out of ZBrush was such a challenge, right? And then they wrote that it was like a map exporter plugin. That was kind of the first we could really get the maps out of there. Otherwise, they would just stay in ZBrush and look cool. Couldn't really do anything with them. I mean, now you bake maps in either ZBrush or somewhere else, you know, and it works pretty well. But yeah, back then it was, I remember it had this interface and you'd have to like, yeah, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, yep, you probably remember. Let's see, I think these hairs are sticking out a little too far, but they're kind of funny, you know? Just kind of offset them a little bit more. I have it on one of my old hard drives. Yeah. Man, it's been forever. One of my first characters in ZBrush was a Princess Leia that I was making. I remember that. Yeah, my buddy Mike Hoops was showing me how to use ZBrush, and back then it just seemed like a monster maker, you know? Like it wasn't very intuitive when it came to making stylized characters because it wasn't very clean. It wanted to be messy, you know? It was all about like, this was way, way before Dynamesh. It was like, yeah, just all the clay buildup and all that stuff. Yeah. I look younger because I don't see light. Just sit in my office and sculpt. Yeah, but I remember like figuring out that a low resolution subdivided mesh is the cleanest mesh you could get. And that was actually developed here in Utah. I'm in Utah right now. By Ed Catmull from Pixar. He was at the University of Utah and he developed, that's why his name is in the subdivisions, Catmull Clark subdivision. Oh, sorry, I got a helicopter out my window. Like this little hair piece. Yeah. Ed Catmull, Catmull Clark. He's the one. Okay. I turn off Sculptress for a minute and just kind of work on his eyelid area for a second. These brows are way too thick, I think. And then I want to kind of blend his upper eyelid into his head just so it doesn't look so deep right there. I think that's kind of throwing off what the feel of him, you know? These are going back a little too far. Man, something, I think it's, I think I'm fighting against the shape of the skin underneath the brows. It's making it shaped like this, maybe? Let's see. Nope, it's the brows itself. It's just the Sculptress Pro geometry, I think. I'm going to go ahead and remesh these. Let's do half. There we go. Half again. Half again. Half again. Yeah, Ed Catmull made, he was working for, it was kind of a civilian but military operation, flight simulators at a place here in Utah. And so he was helping them out, and that place was funding the lab that Ed was working at, as far as I understand it anyway. And he wrote the first kind of like connecting vertices with edges and then filling them with faces, and he made a hand that would animate. So he kind of invented 3D in the first place, and then he invented the subdivisions after that. He's like, I consider that dude the godfather of 3D. Okay. Yeah, pretty amazing story, honestly. And then I want to say he was at Lucas for a while after that, before he founded Pixar with Lasseter. Well, I shouldn't say with Lasseter. Lasseter wasn't part of the group as far as like starting the company. He was pivotal to the animation side of things, but Steve Jobs, of course, and Ed Catmull started Pixar. Yeah, I just want to pull this forward a little bit. There we go. That feels much, much better, I think. But I want to pull them up. Okay. And I'm going to connect these lower eyelids in at some point. Okay, let's work on the shape of this lower jaw. It's pretty messed up. Yeah, see, it's way down in here. Okay, let's loosen. I'm actually going to use Smooth Stronger. Also, if you guys are interested, I give away this user interface. It has a lot of my custom brushes in it, all these custom brushes. You can find that over on 3dcharacterworkshop.com. I give them away. Give it away, give it away. So I use Smooth Stronger, but then I turn it down because it's way strong. But these are just a set of brushes that I've developed over the years that I use every day. Decided to give them away. Okay, why is that pulling? That's weird. I wasn't sure, but do your custom background color come in it too? It does, Sean. Yep. This blue. It might have a gradation to it, but I think so. Okay. You can just find that on the top, on the very top ribbon of my website, if you're interested. It's in the latest ruler project file. Yeah, I do give away my ruler with the user interface and brushes. And now I'm actually giving away my gizmo. The gizmo's in there as well. Okay, I need to pull this neck way down. Kind of like this. And I need to define that jawline way better. It's so weird. Why is it doing that? See it like shift back? It's like, why is it pushing it back in space? It's so weird. Is it because of the angle of the normals? Weird. I'm working on some of Mitch Liuwei's drawings at the moment. Nice. Have you seen the weekly sketchbook sketch he does? I'm challenging myself to try and block out as many of the sketches he puts in his videos in 1 week. Oh, awesome. It's reminding me of John Goodman a tad without the stash. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's very much John Goodman. Yeah. This guy is tricky. He's got a lot of stuff going on. Like I really need to punt. See the angle that skin is coming out from behind his ear? There's so much volume there. And then his neck kind of comes down straight from here, but I think I got it too far forward. I need to push it back. It goes straight down, but not that far forward. Funny, I use blue for most of my theme colors, especially a good vibe. Yeah, yeah. I love it. It's my favorite, obviously. Okay, let's see if we can get this neck chub. Neck chub. And it's like being pinched by that collar, so I got to give that collar kind of a channel to ride in. It's going to go right down next to his chin, kind of like right through there. Looks so weird from certain angles. That's a good exercise, though. Dark and Grim. I like it a lot. You know, I feel bad. I was supposed to talk to Luigi about a possible collaboration, and I missed the meeting. He probably hates me. Oh gosh. Sometimes my ADD brain just does not lock on to time. I either show up early or late. Okay, let's see. I'm going to bring this body down more in the front. Must think you might be busy. I hope so. Yeah. I hope he didn't show up and not sit around. Usually people go, "Are you coming?" And I go, "Oh, crap. You're right there." But he didn't say anything. I just sent my CV into workshop. What is that? Oh, Weta. Looks like I accidentally touched this with Sculptus Pro. I'm going to go ahead and ZBrush this at half too. Bye-bye. Did I fill it? Have you collaborated with Johannes Helgeson lately? No. I still have one in the chamber that I paid him for like years ago that I need to do. Yeah, I need to do that one. I have the ones I mostly have are from my friend Josh Black. He's the concept artist I use the most. And I have a whole bunch of his ready to go. That's why I was like, I want to do full characters on my channel. And then, yeah, but I might go the Jay Hill route. That might be a good thing. I just kind of stream for my members, and then do like VODs for the subscribers, just the channel subscribers. That might be a good thing. Got some cool warriors. Yeah. He's also learning how to sculpt. So he's kind of been sculpting a lot of his own stuff. Randy Bishop, by any chance? No, Randy's kind of his own. I think he did an anatomy book. I see Randy sometimes at Lightbox. But he doesn't really do the kinds of designs he used to do, like this. That's just like a bust, you know. He used to do a lot of those, and now he kind of focuses on his own IP. So I haven't really seen much from him in that way. Yeah, Lightbox is a lot of fun. I haven't been. I can't remember the last time I went. My little brother just started back there again and told me to get. Oh, CV is not. So in the US, a CV is a resume, I believe. Yeah, it's not called a CV. That's why I'm like, wait a minute. What are you talking about? Yeah, that's awesome. I can't remember what CV stands for. All AI interviewers. Has it really come to that? That's sad. Like, really, you can't just interview people? You have to have a machine do it. You've had a couple? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Yikes. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and connect the head to the body, I think. Yeah. I guess I can get rid of this original one. Let's go ahead and save it. Curriculum vitae, thank you. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder what, like, the history of resume versus CV, where they came from, you know? Curious. This is a little too much of a valley through here. Give him more of a square chin. Haven't lived in the US since the 90s. Wow. So I take it you're in New Zealand? If Weta's still there. Well, you know, Weta. All right, I think I'm going to Z-remesh this too. Let's do 1000. UK. All right. Okay, let's see. Half. Half again. There we go. All right, and then more family in New Zealand than the UK. Interesting. I really want to go visit the Hobbit set that they've refurbished, you know. I've seen like walkthroughs, tours of it, and how they've really kind of leaned into the tourist aspect of that. I have a friend of mine that flies for Delta, and I think his daughters live in New Zealand, so he goes there occasionally and has checked it out time and again. Okay, I'm gonna stitch these like I said I would. So mergey down. There we go. And then let's go ahead and send this down here and do remesh by union. Okay, where are you? Accept. There you are. Sometimes it's hard to find that gear. And then we can Z-remesh this at same. But I'm going to turn on symmetry. Won't forget this time. Same. Boom. There we go. It looks a little sickly in the blue. That's funny. Okay, I guess I should have stitched his ears in. I think I'll leave his ears separate. Okay, let's go ahead and get the colors of his cheeks and his nose. And just kind of hit those. Let's turn up this RGB. And warm him up. When you get to Wellington, go and do the workshop tour. Oh, that'd be amazing. That would be amazing. Okay, that is about time. Just wanted to kind of soften this neck seam up a little bit. All right, he's not quite there, but he's getting there. I feel like I need to collapse his features more, like bring his brows down and kind of his mouth up and just collapse them and shrink this whole section, just like scale the whole thing down. It feels like it's taking up too much of his face. You know, like he's got more space on his forehead and his chin. So I feel like that needs to happen, and kind of round this out down here a little bit more. Ooh. Ooh. His mustache kind of looks like a mouth sometimes a little bit. Anyway, yeah, he's still got a ways to go, but there's 2 hours of a character for now. I think getting that shirt in there would help a lot. Probably widening his neck from the sides would help a lot. But anyway, he does need to look older for sure. Yeah, he's I think that comes from just his eyebrows and his mustache being so clean, you know, and like these hairs are a little thick. I need to thin those out a little bit more. Yeah, he needs more detail to look more tired. You know, some of these wrinkles and things like that. Yeah, he's looking too clean. He needs to be roughened up. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. And once again, I have a course online. It's called the 3D Character Workshop. The link's in the description. And I also give away my brushes and my user interface for free. Same link. You can go check those out over there. And You can even sit in a life-size Thunderbird's vehicle. That'd be insane. So cool. All right. Well, thanks again for hanging out, everybody. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you all next Thursday. And if you haven't already, go check out my other YouTube channel, or my YouTube channel. It's called the 3D Character Workshop. Just do a search for it, and also the links in the description. You can subscribe over there to find out when I'm going live. All right, guys. Take care. We'll see you later. Have a good one. Hey, what's going on, Gobi? How's it going? We'll see you. Sorry. We'll have to chat sometime. We'll see you.